Try this again. Yeah, man. What you just said, big country. Let's try this again. Let's try this one more time. I'd put my phone on airplane mode so I can block everybody that's trying to do anything while I'm doing this. I hope I don't get no calls. I hope I don't get no texts or none of that. Cause I ain't really got time to be doing it 2 times. I be trying to do stuff, but at the same time, I ain't, yeah, no problem. You already did it. Uh, I'm finna go try and get me some rest, y'all. For real though. I've been going and going and going. And I ain't really got time to be doing it 2 times. I already be taking down there 40, 50 minutes, an hour to do this stuff to the point where I'm tired. Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah, it never did that before. What's up, Neil? Carter? But, okay. Man, y'all check out that wild ass thumbnail. I believe I'm going to post that in the community um, after the live. I think I'm going to post that. That was a picture I took for real in traffic. Uh, if it ever get that bad, if a shit ever get that rough, it get that tight, just gon' get up. This shit ain't worth it no more. Just it for real. Like y'all check out that thumbnail. Like I said, I'm gonna post that in the community. I'm gonna post it on Instagram. But if it ever get that serious where we can't keep wooden planks on the trailer, we can't keep the trailer together, we can't keep none of this shit looking no better than that. We use a chain without no binder. We just wrapping it and hoping for the best. It's time to quit. It's time to quit. That's the only time I really be like, yeah, it's time to hang that shit up. It's over with. But yeah, that's funny shit right there. I ain't gonna lie, it's funny, but it ain't funny, but it was funny. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, let me get this phone out and take. I'm sitting in the real like not moving. Snap, snap, snap. Cause I'm like, wow, you don't see that every day. That's something you don't see every day. That thing got 4 pieces of wood left on it, and those aren't even not whole pieces. Those not whole pieces. But let me see. Now, if the sound quality and the video quality, I let me get a one in the comment. Let me know something. We got 12 people in here. Hopefully, the rest of everybody will come on back in here that was in here at first. I know they looking at a black screen if they ain't refreshed themselves. Uh, if the audio straight, let me get a one and then get a couple of thumbs up and okay, all right. So the person that was actually commenting back and forth under the post was asking about, somebody said that they made like $15,000 last month or per month with their hot shot. They got a CDL, and you know, first thing that person said was, "Hey man, is that a real number? Is that really real? Like $15,000 in 30 days? Is that like a month? Like I worked at a job. I ain't talking about that person, but me personally, I worked at a job where my pay was right at $15,000. That was for the year. It was a bad job. It was for the year. So for the average person to hear that you can have $15,000 worth of income in a month sounds pretty. First of all, pretty far fetched. First, cause like you think I'm stupid, don't you? 15,000. Who you got to kill? Who you got to rob? What you got to do? What kind of scheme you got to run? 15,000. Show some support. Hit the like for big. I appreciate y'all, man. Drop me a like and a thumbs up. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. If you're new to the live, man, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. But we finna talk a little bit and just go over the numbers of what's what. So to in theory have a CDL high shot, not last year, not 2020, not 2019, not 2021, but in 2023, having a high shot, CDL, non CDL, can you make like 15 grand in a month? Is that cool? Is that possible? Is that doable? I will keep it moving was in here, but there are a couple more people in there. Neil, you up in here, and let's say Carter them up in there. I think Victory Lab might be in here. If he ain't, he should be where you at, Victory Lab. Uh, but that's a it's not a break even month by any stretch of the imagination. For most people in a high shot CDL, non CDL to have a $15,000 income on a month, even halfway doing what you're supposed to be doing as far as rate per mile and just, you know, being smart about some things, 15 should be somewhere in a profit range. Like you should be profiting, and 15 should not take you 30 days. Just to be quite honest with you. We do the math, and we could just say not 15, but we'll say 16 a month is roughly 4,000 a week on 4 weeks, 16K a month. And to come outside with a CDL high shot, 40 foot, and do 4K in a week is not tremendously hard to think about doing. It really not. Uh, it's about $800 gross a day, which even if you're taking $2 a mile, which I don't suggest you do that, but even if you're taking $2 a mile, you can drive 400 miles in a day, or you could drive two loads that are $200, 200 miles out and back, and possibly be at home or either in another state or somewhere else. But you could pretty easily drive 400 miles in a day, and you may not get dropped off until the next morning, but you'll be sitting right there that night. You're ready, but you could drive 400 miles in a day after getting loaded. It might take you extra time to get loaded and everything, but to be in a truck for 400 miles is roughly six six 6.75 hours on the road. So it's about 6 hours 45 minutes worth of driving, and you could be the 400 something miles basically from where I live around the Jackson area to Dallas, Texas, or where I live in the Jackson area almost to Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I mean? In a day time. And if you're driving from Mississippi in Jackson to Dallas for $800, it's more of a problem with what you're doing than what they doing. It's a problem. You might want to reevaluate some stuff. If you're driving all the way from Jackson, Mississippi to Atlanta, Georgia for $800, and on a high shot, it's a problem. It's something wrong. It's a failure to communicate, failure to do something. Something ain't quite right. So with that analogy just being made about what's possible in a day's time, to see that you can make $800 gross in a day is not far fetched at all. Like one of the biggest questions I see out of people on YouTube is that possible? And a lot of people that are in the comments, they want to know what certain stuff is and isn't possible. It's really left up to individuals, because like there's some people that done said some outrageous numbers, but they were only outrageous numbers to people that don't understand trucking fully. For like a clown to tell you he got 20 something trucks and he grosses $1 million every 90 days, but you go out of business, it because people see and hear and listen to a person say that they gross $1 million every 3 months, and it's astonishing. It's all expiring. It's something to be aspired to. You know what I'm saying? But really, in actuality, when you do the math on what's going on, the fact of the matter is that you making $1 million in 90 days when you should have made $2.2 million in 90 days is nothing to brag about. When especially if your overhead plus your expansion costs plus your capital gains are low. So in the end, you're really operating in the red. You could be making $1 million every 90 days, but you owe 1.2 or 1.1, and it's slightly out of balance. And point one doesn't sound like a lot, but you just lost 100 grand. But it sound good. You know what I'm saying? It sound good. But feasible, real numbers, yeah, 16,000. That's reputable. That's normal. That's kind of run of the mill with a high shot. I mean, if you go outside and do 4 grand in a week, I really want to ask you how many days you took off. I'm talking even in this market right now because it's about what you're willing to do for the money. Even if you were crazy enough, listen to me. Even if you were crazy enough to run for $1.50 a mile, full 40-foot trailer, 15,000 pounds, everywhere you want on a high shot. If you ran 3,000 miles that week, you still made $4,500 at $1.50 a mile. Now your profit percentage went down because the diesel man made a lot of money off you. You wore out some tires and some brakes, and you got to repack some back bearings with some grease. But you made your number, and you trashed your truck. But you made that number. You made 4,500. So in the grand scheme of things, you actually went to 18,000 instead of 16,000 with that little small boost right there. Even running completely reckless out here. I'm talking about bad business like a son of a gun. You can say I made 5 grand this week. Bad bit. That's why I said when you hear people talk about numbers with trucks and stuff, you gotta know how many miles did they run. What it really take to do the job? Was this shit specialized, or what they are they capping about the amount of money they made because they ran over dimension for a good regular load price? You know, but the numbers completely doable. It's completely feasible, plausible. Um, Now in a whole lot of other business realms, to hear somebody say, "Hey, I did $15,000 this month, and hey, I profited $15,000 this month," would be sort of close to being a neck and neck type of parallel to the point where if you were selling lemonade and you were making lemonade from scratch, or you were making lemonade from concentrate, your biggest expense would be lemonade, sugar, and water. Cooks would probably be a close second or third on your list because you're gonna buy those in super duper bulk. You're gonna buy them like 5,000 cups and lids at a time. So you're gonna spend $100 to get 5,000 cups and lids, stuff like that. So that's not gonna be the real thing, but the real thing will be water, the concentrate, and the sugar. And after you clear the cost of that, everything you make after that is profit. But in trucking, it's the complete opposite. Your biggest expense gonna be staying in business with paperwork, insurance, registration, fuel, people that are willing to work, whether it be you or somebody else, people that actually really willing to work. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep you going. But like I said, it's really nothing you could do in trucking that's gonna say, "Hey man, I came outside, I made 15,000, and I got to keep all of it," because everything has a running cost. Every mile the truck run has a running cost. So the difference between, hey, I made 15 grand, and hey, you guys, after 15 grand and paying myself all the bills and profit and everything, I profited $5,000. I profited $3,000. I profited $8,000 this month. Depends on what your overhead is, but then you come down to the bottom line, and after all bills are paid, it's a really good living, even after all everything is done. But don't have a person think that just because I made $24,000, I got to keep $24,000. I had a month not too long ago. Well, I did right at 30. But because of things that happened in the past that I'm still working on and still cleaning up and still fixing and recovering from for the fourth quarter of last year, I'm talking about catastrophic shit like down there 100 grand loss to the point me catching back up on different stuff that happened and paying myself back and putting stuff in order like it is, I might make $30,000, but I probably profited three. But in business, that's a double digit gain. And see, people don't understand. You like, oh, yeah, you did all that, you ain't made but $3,000. They don't sound as glamorous as I did 30 and just walk off. Man, I did 30,000 last month and just walk off. And then what a lot of people don't understand about trucking. I did $500,000 last year. But I ain't get to keep a $500,000. I paid myself. I ain't get to keep $500,000. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear people say, "Hey, well, I made 15 grand last month," how much you get to keep though? How much did you keep? I've done 58,000 in a month. I did one trip. I ain't talking about everybody else and all that to go. One trip. I did 58,000 one month, and I got to keep about 28,000 good, which was damn good. I'm talking about damn in the midst of fuel being crazy fucked up. I'm talking fuel 5 plus in Mississippi, $6 in Florida, $7 in California at the time. We did 58,000 right here on live in front of all y'all. 58,000 30 days, probably about 24 work days. And I really think about turning up. I really kind of want to do it because one of my main things lately is still doing what I've been doing from the beginning. Is showing people that it ain't about how they feel. It ain't about what people think about the certain area. It's about what they doing, where you at, and how they feel. It ain't about how you feel. And there's a way to do anything. You ain't gotta worry about it can't be done. You just worry that you can't be the one to do it. Don't say it can't be done. Just think about it. Are you must not be the one to do it. And see, it bothered me. Like that whole deal with Texas the last 3 weeks, by 5, 6 weeks, I cracked that bitch. That Florida thing for my first whole year in high shot. Don't go to Florida. Don't go to Florida. Don't go to Florida. We peeped in Florida a couple times. Second year, I was in the truck completely alone and everything. I started going to Florida. I found out some things about Florida that a lot of people don't want to admit about Florida. There's plenty of money in Florida. You might not get what you want to get to come all the way up out of there, but it plenty of money be made in Florida. But one of the biggest misconceptions about Florida, and one of the biggest things that people fail to realize about Florida, is the whole south side of Florida is bonded. Anybody know about Florida? Anybody know about bonded warehousing? Anybody know about federal operations? Anybody know about immigration nationalization? Anybody know about import export? Anybody know about containers? Show of hands in there. Anybody know about federally bonded warehouses? Anybody know about intermodal transit? All that stuff is regulated by the Department of Transportation, NTSB, OSHA, and the FMCSA, amongst a few other regulating bodies. To the point where if you ain't got the qualification and your background don't meet what it need to meet, you shall not come away from down there with a load. And get what? If the broker that you using a blanket to get you in there, escort or whatever, get what? They keeping most of the money. If you want to run containers, why not get you a MC number that starts with the letter X? They won't drop that little jewel in there for these folks that want to do container. If you want to run dry van and reefer and you got your own authority and you want to keep your own authority, why not do a sale call or two every month where you can go around to some people? It's still some shippers that deal with direct customers, direct freight, but everybody want to press the easy button. If you out here and you doing hot shot and you got mega rounds on your trailer, you spend extra money to have mega rounds on your trailer, why haven't you visited the local John Deere or the Kubota to see if they need some help? Why haven't you visited the local Caterpillar company and see that they need some help moving them engines that they be rebuilding around there by your house? See, this is more about what you willing to do for the money, how far you willing to go. And see that kind of like with that Texas thing, as I digress from what I was saying. The fact that I went over there and I come out of there for about 285. Benny went over there, he come out of there a little over $3. And both of us was dissatisfied like a motherfucker. And I was feeling some kind of way for real, because I had found a little honey hole over there and it was doing what it's supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I started looking at it. I said, it's something going on over here, sort of like a phenomenon in Florida and Georgia. But it ain't guru related. It's just the fact that the mass spread of information let stuff travel to the point where certain people like Chief QL know if we can do it in this market, we're gonna do it in this market. And get what you got to do when stuff get like that. And then one of my biggest tips for people in a high shot. Don't wait on them load to come to you, man. You gotta know where you at, what they doing, how they feel. It's in a big truck too, but in that high shot, you gotta go to that freight, man. Put that little ass D's in that truck. Go get that money, man. Don't sit there and wait on this shit because get what? What you got to do when they get like that, they want to give you 85 cents a mile. They want to give you $1.25 a mile, and it's a full trailer load. Everything. Get the fuck out away from around them. Get away from around them fools, man. Get away from around them. Get away from around them. Find yourself a way to carry something very, very light, very, very minute to the next market that got some money in it. Go ahead and get your load for tomorrow morning already booked. And it might take you 4.5 hours to dead head to it. But if it paying what it need to pay to do what it's gonna do, that little diesel you just burnt and the fact that you got out of that stupid ass market you was in gonna pay dividends. Sitting there a day is what gonna make you lose so much time, which is gonna take away from your week, which is gonna take away from your month. Hanging around fools ain't gonna do nothing but eventually make you one. Hey, man, Coco Trucker, what's up? What's up? Hey, Muhammad, this brother has a beautiful channel, and the reason why I check this guy out is due to his insight. I always give him good game. Oh, thank you. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm just over here trying my best, man. Uh, but yeah, get away from round. I'm gonna give you a little example, and I've talked about it before, but I've done it more than once. I got a habit. I like Denver. I got a habit of going up there because it's pretty in the summertime. It's nice in the fall, and it ain't super bad in the winter. You just gotta know which way to go, which way not to go. But I like Denver. My wife love Denver, Colorado. If she can ever ride with me, I say I'm going to Denver, and if I could just give her this much of an insurance that it ain't really snowing that bad, yeah, I want to go. So we like Denver. All right, we go to Denver for some good money most time. Uh, After COVID, prices went back down. I was going to Denver on 1,100 miles for 57.50. Yeah, that was cool as shit. 57.50. So that was good money, like $5 something a mile. It's heavy now, but I don't drive the direction they say drive. I'm gonna give you a little tip right here. If you want to pull some real heavy shit, shout out D over there in Georgia. Shout out D and the comrade riding with you. If you want to pull some real heavy shit, go over there to Vegas. Vegas paying some money right now. You want to go north Nevada with a semi right now? High limit. It's it's jumping. I'm debating on doing it by $7,000 on about 1,200 miles. I don't know. You got to semi. I don't know. You might want to do it, but at the same time, they're beside the point. I'm gonna give you a little tidbit about them. If you want to pull something heavy, you got a high shot, you got a big truck, blase. You coming from the southeast, you come from like Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, up in that area, even Missouri, and you trying to shoot over there to Colorado, and you below I-40. If you below I-40, when you come out, we're gonna take the highway of your choice till you get over there by Wichita Falls. So you're probably gonna take 40 or 20 or 10, and you're gonna ease yourself to that Dallas area. And once you ease yourself to that Dallas area, you're gonna ease on up 287, 287 through Wichita Falls, all the way up through there. You're gonna hit Amarillo. Now you're gonna get an option. If you ain't never been over that way, you're gonna get the option to stay on 40 and go on up cross into New Mexico. What's up, no? Ike, what's up, Ike? Shout out Ike Dinkins. Shout out Chicago Kane. What's up, Kane? But anyway, you're gonna get an option. You can either go Amarillo to Albuquerque way by 40, which is gonna lead you to go up 550. You're gonna end up on 25 and go up through 25 Colorado and Denver. If you perhaps have your GPS on, you might want to verify this shit. I know I like the back of my head. What you really want to do, you don't want to stay on 40. and you don't want to stay on 287. 287 will take you on up there in Colorado, but it's not such a good way. What you would much rather do is when you come in on 287 Amarillo, you won't get 385 north. Now, 385, 287 gonna look like the same highway for a while. It's gonna deviate, but you want to go 385 north. 385 north is gonna take you through the panhandle of Oklahoma, which is gonna take you all the way up to Lemon, Colorado. You're gonna go through Trinidad, exactly. You're gonna go through Trinidad, Miss Coco Chanel. She'll drive, ain't it? Go, no, let go. Man, you gonna go through Trinidad and you're gonna end up at Lemon. Lemon gonna give you your turn. They're gonna put you up on 70 and you'll ease in on the quiet side of Denver through 70. This is gonna beat the hell out of going through New Mexico. First of all, New Mexico wants some money from you. New Mexico is a place that has a different tax structure than a lot of states. It's kind of like Kentucky, kind of like New York, but it doesn't matter. When you cross the line, they want their money by the mile. It doesn't matter if you buy fuel there, if you don't buy fuel there, if you do, if you don't, it don't matter. When you go through there, you can either have a yearly running account with the state of New Mexico and they'll bill you, or you can pay at the port of entry. They want their money. They judging by the weight, the length, and the class of vehicle. Non-CDL, non-CDL, less than 26K without a 1 ton. You gotta have a 2500. If you got a dually, you're gonna have to pay. But if you got a 3/4 ton single tire, 2500, you don't gotta pay. You gotta stop and let them tell you ain't gotta pay. But if you're non-CDL with a 2500 and a single tire trailer, you ain't gotta pay. Okay. So first of all, if you on a semi, that little cut right there through the corner of New Mexico is gonna cost you about $97 if you pull it what I be pulling. If you're on a big high shot, 35, 45, 55, 100, you got you about 15 on the deck, 13 on the deck, probably cost you about $85. It's just like driving through New Mexico on a toll road that goes to nowhere, like for real, and they want their money. Okay, you go through Oklahoma and that other way, you don't gotta pay. You just worry about your IFTA or whatever. And if you're non-CDL, you don't. Stanley Day, what's up? What's up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If I could get thumbs up from everybody, man, throw me a like, man. Throw me a like in there. But um, and that's how you would go to them. But okay, so one of the biggest things that people often get confused about when it comes down to the numbers on, especially on high shots, it's kind of hard to fathom that it can be done on a small truck. And then you got people on YouTube that have you know what I'm saying, really up in arms when you be like, he made 10,000 a week, and I worked for 90 days. And I made 10,000. I still had to pay all my bills. He made 10,000 this week. How can I, do that? How can I get signed up for that? Or is he lying? What the hell going on? Especially with a high shot. No, that's a real number by some people that really know how to charge, man. Uh, and what would be evident by that? I'm gonna tell you what make evidence of claims. Time, time, time over everything. Time makes a lie out of men. Time tell a lot of story that your mouth can't put together. Time, man. Time. See, you won't know if somebody really make $10,000 a week consistently on a high shot and it wasn't during COVID. Just look at what they doing right now. Are they somewhere sitting around trying to sell you a class and they ain't in no truck, but they in the kitchen instead of talking shit to you every day about how you can be a winner? Or are they out there doing bigger and better things with them 10? Because get what? You keep doing 10. You keep doing 10. Just keep doing 10. Keep doing 10. Keep doing 10. Before you know it, you had yourself some. You got to figure out what you're going to spend it on. You can't hold all that money, especially when you're in business, because it take money to make money. You ain't going to sit there on top of that shit. For real. For real, you're not gonna sit there on top of $100,000 with an opportunity to buy another truck that makes the exact same amount of money and don't do it. You feel me? Talk time a motherfucker. Time, boy, time gonna walk every last one of our asses down one by one time. So that one thing I love to see time test the shit people be talking about, because time is a great equalizer. Time something you can't control, and in time a whole lot of shit gonna happen. Boy, they my little son in that jam. Boy, I'm good. Trying not to get no copyright claim. I don't know who sang that, but I know it ain't me. Man, I got relegated to the laundry room. Yeah, I can't let them put this video up. Shit, this video right here about sandwiches. No, we keep it real, man. Ain't trying to get demonetized on nothing I'm doing, cause this shit about sandwiches. And I appreciate y'all for helping out. But when you think about the type of money that's involved with startup, type of money that's involved with the equipment that's riding down the highway every day, um, type of responsibilities that go with having everybody in the immediate area around you on the road, life in your hand, you'll understand that hell yeah, this man made $15,000 this month. He might not keep it all, but hell yeah, he made 15,000 with that hot shot. Fuck right, he made 21,000 with that hot shot. But one of the things I oftentimes tell people you gotta understand about this whole business is it's not like the lemonade stand. It's not like the candy shop. It's not the fact that I'm gonna spend 80 and I'm gonna make 400 and I'm gonna pay the 80 back and have 320, and then we're gonna keep flipping it like that and going on and on and on. You wish it was like that. You would pretend to want it to be like that. That shit don't go like that. And the fact that if we were doing the store and I needed 80, I just go to the bank and have 80 because I can show them with all intents and purposes, that their 80 is a good investment. They're not gonna lose. I'm finna make 400. I got insurance in case they store burn down, and in case somebody steal this stuff, I got insurance on, so you're gonna not lose your money. You're gonna automatically get your money. We don't have that luxury. And this brings me to the finance part of it. One of the biggest things we gotta do as people, there ain't no certain kind of people, there's people in general, is trying to figure out how we gonna use our credit to borrow money. Hold up. Which I what's that one day? How we gonna use our credit to borrow money? Hmm. Like Jonathan, what the hell else you gonna use your credit for if you ain't gonna use it to borrow money? I need you to change your way of thinking. We gotta use our credit to provide options. So we have options. Not the first thing is I got credit. Let's go borrow some money. No, 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 no. I have credit. Let me establish this line of credit, this line of credit, this line of credit, this line of credit. That don't start until you touch it. And you touch it as you see fit. But what you ain't did is use your credit to leverage your money and over leverage your money. You gotta stay liquid. If I can't tell you nothing else, I'm trying to tell you some real shit. You can get the bank to finance all this shit. You can get the bank to give you a pile of money. You can even put that money on your sleeve and take pictures with it on Instagram and be rich for the gram. But get what you got to do. You got to pay somebody. So what you got to do to pay somebody? You got to make some money to pay somebody. What the fuck you don't know how to do when you came out here doing this trucking shit? I don't give a damn who class you took. You know how to make no money. So now you put yourself in a situation where if you don't hurry up and learn how to make some money, bankruptcy will be your destination. So how the hell you overcome some shit like that? Well, so bankruptcy don't be my destination. I got to borrow some money. I got to do something. I got to do. Yeah, you know, I suggest you put your credit, your borrowing power into getting the lowest, best finance terms you can. Even if you go to the bank and after you establish all the good old stuff going on, get a check from these people and go pay what this vehicle worth, not what they want you to pay. With those type of options, you can bring the bank into the conversation. And it'll stop a lot of that humbug bullshit that a lot of dealers got going on. Cause they really want to move that piece of equipment. They just know you ain't got no leverage, so they gonna fuck you. The bank ain't gonna pay no more than what it really worth, plus fair market value or what they supposed to make as a profit. They're not gonna do anything insane unless you with these fly by night predatory lenders that we had all the way during COVID. It really should be some lawsuits like with the housing market crash of 2008. Cause that's basically what they did to y'all. The market was so fucking sweet that they could sell you a pretty good used fucking Freightliner from 2016 for $200,000. Like that's what we were as a country, as a nation, as a trucking industry. That's what we were. Where people thought it was okay to pay $200,000 for a fucking Freightliner. Where people thought it was alright to get them people $110,000 for a fucking Ford. You gotta look at this shit really. Why would a trucking company kick back your application for employment? There's a few reasons they'll kick back your application. You may not meet some of the criteria in the employment process, which is in the application itself. Um, I have no idea right now because I would really have to know their policy on what they're looking for. Well, hey, man, getting started and one of my favorite subjects, bro, because like people be asking, is the money real in the high shot world? And I'm glad you on here because I told them, and y'all was using kind of like you as an example. I ain't call your name, but I was like people that made videos and stuff. There's a lot of people made videos said they was making $10,000 a week and $7,000, $8,000, $12,000 a week. And like people want to know, is that real? Is that plausible? Is that feasible? Is that a lie? And I'm gonna tell you what tells on everybody ain't got nothing to do with how they videos made, the quality or nothing. It's time. All you gotta do is keep listening to that shit and just keep watching what they really doing in real life. To the point where people that were saying that was really doing that, they on the bigger, better things. They progressing. They actually use the money for something good. And the people that was lying, most of them got a class for your ass to buy, and most of them is quick trucking. They concentrating on trying to trick the market. So, a lot of stuff. Like we use the example of the clown. You make $1 million every 3 months, but you spending $1.2 million to keep the dumb shit going. So really what you make? Nothing. What you gonna do? Go out of business. What alternative you have? None. And what video you can make off that? Not a very good one. So yeah, and I just kind of delved into, you know, some of the startup, not so much the startup cost, but the startup mentality. And I was telling them that, this is not like a lemonade stand or a store per se, where you can spend $80, make 400, get a bank back they $80, keep 320, and it keeps going over and over and over and over. I tell people, there's so many nails on the highway between here and California, you don't know what's gonna happen out there on the road. This shit is a revolving door of money, and you gotta learn how to bring most of it home that you can. And that comes to the fundamentals of knowing how to charge and setting some hardcore boundaries, drawing some lines in the sand that you're not willing to even cross by no means. And I use the example of you being in Florida, having that shit going on. I came, not Florida, Texas. You came to Texas, had that little issue going on, trying to find a load. You got out of there for three some. I think I got out of there for like 285. It was trash. It was garbage, and like that week I was so mad and just so flabbergasted about the situation. I made it my business to crack that code in Texas. I've been going crazy over there for the last about 3 weeks. What's up? What's up, bro? Where you headed? To the basketball game? Oh boy, you got a whole life. I'm gonna be like you when I get grown for real, for real. That man got a life. I ain't got no life. I just be trucking like I'm trapping. Um, but one of the biggest things that most people do when they first start is they know they got to get their credit right, but they got to get their credit right, and they want to get their credit right, but it's really not for the right reason. Like the biggest thing a person can do to prepare to do this for the whole first year or two, when you even think about this, is not only getting your credit right, but actually saving some real live liquid money. Credit is not gonna save your life. Credit is gonna put you in debt and make it hard to stop doing this shit. When you need to fold this, pack this up, and say I ain't doing it no more, you're not gonna be able to, because everybody gonna have their hand out, because all them net 30s, net 45, and net 90s, they're gonna come due. And you ain't gonna be moving truck no more, and them bills are gonna be huge. So with that being said, our mentality of what we're doing to start out really needs to change to where we can leverage our money and our credit in a balanced and proportional way. Let's just say the guy was saying that you need like $50,000 to own a truck. Because I was like, sure, people that own the truck really make the majority of the money. If you own the truck and you own the company, and you perhaps may even be the driver, you should be doing pretty well on whatever the percentage of what the truck makes. You should know exactly what's going on, and your pay should be accordingly. So, you know, he was like, "Is that real?" And I was like, "Yeah, but you gotta kind of be trying to own some of this stuff. You can't rent trucks and shit like that. You can't borrow equipment, rent stuff like that, and really just make, you know, no serious profit, because you gotta have some assets in the end. This stuff gotta belong to somebody. You just can't keep paying notes forever. You know what I'm saying? When you gonna win? Everybody making interest off you and all that stuff, which it has to happen, but when you gonna win? Especially with like a rental truck or anything like that, you'll never get away from under that debt. So you being profitable is kind of not in the card. You know what I'm saying? So to see somebody come out, and the state of trucking where we were at the time was, hey man, I got a 2019 Freightliner. It's a dry van pulling type of truck, not really spec for anything heavy, but I got it, and it ain't that many semis around. I want 200,000, and people was like, give me two of them. Yeah, it's like give me two of them. So that kind of put us in a situation where where a whole lot of people did a whole lot of unscrupulous things and a whole lot of desperate things to pay some bills that were well outside of what they were able to pay. They just weren't able to do it. It wasn't no possible way you could sustain a $5,000 a month truck. No, with your beginner insurance policy for like 2,200 a month, $1,800 a month. Shit, your driver want $1,000 a week, and diesel $5 a mile. You need to be making 40K a month. So, like I said, time is the great equalizer. Time is gonna show a lot of stuff for being real, a lot of stuff from being fake. And one of the biggest things that you can do to help preserve yourself in time is arm yourself with as much information about the trucking industry from people that's actually doing this stuff. And like I said, some folks say those that can't teach and those that can do, but I don't really go by that adage. But I will say this: those that can, they do. Those that can't, they sell it. They sell a lot of shit. They promote a lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of self help. You could do this like me type shit going on. But you know what I'm saying? My real judge of character is who really running the company, man. Who really moving trucks in a progressive way. Who really on the grind all the time. And who really at the house trying to call play and trying to pimp on the trucking game. That's why I said trucking, not tricking. Trucking, not tricking. Well, I say it's a whole lot of tricking going on out here, and the tricks is people that knew. Most time, people that knew don't know a lot of stuff they need to know. So you got services. They're gonna tell you, hey man, we can get your authority started, we can get your insurance started. You get us the down payment of $900 and blase blase. We'll do everything. And you not knowing, you press the easy button, give them $900. Them folk make cold calls to 150 people a day that just got their new authority. And get what? Out of 150 people a day, if 10 of them can do that for 950, that's 9,500 a day. $9,500 a day will have you Instagram famous. $9,500 a day will change your whole mood. Now, if I can figure out how to make $9,500 a day, I ain't doing trucking no more. If this shit ain't in trucking, I just ain't gonna be doing no more. If I could be a stripper and make $9,500 a day, I'd be on that pole. I'm sorry, it's just that $9,500 a day. Just by talking to you about some stuff you don't know about and tricking you to feel like you really need this stuff, or the federal government's gonna shut you down if you don't let them do it for $950. That's where we at. We've been there a long time, but this where we at, to the point where when people, it's got so bad that when somebody says I got a hot shot and I made 15 grand last month, people really questioning this shit. Exactly. I was selling courses for $500. Just got a hot shot 2 months ago with no CDL, and that's true. You got folks, all that old type of stuff right there. But I speak up on this adamantly as a person that have leased on people and different stuff like that. I did good and got burnt by that whole little philosophy of owner operator. That's the only thing I deal with is basically owner operator. And you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where when you lease a person on, especially when you know them, when you got prior history with a person, you got the contract going and stuff like that. It really hurt your heart to have to get rid of them and do all that type of stuff like that. But then at the same time, it's the greater good of the company. But in adverse effect now, on the flip side of that coin, when you get leased on to a company and they doing pretty good, my boy said they don't even feel right dropping no course, and they've been running 5 years now. I'm my 5th year too, bro. Man, to the point where I do consultation and you could do some shadowing. I ain't got nothing you could click the way one size fits all and run your ass into a brick wall trying to tell you and all that. Yeah, man, it crazy. But hey, um, Big Coco said he need me on Steve Harley show. Hey, okay, so like. Yeah, but when somebody leash you on, most of the time, especially if they know you, they doing the contract. They probably cutting you a break on the rate they lease you on. What's a real talk, man? Just general talk about starting out high shotting and trucking in general, and just a little game, man. Uh, but yeah, you have people that lease you on with your best interest at heart. They got a company that's already started. You hadn't really started. You don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? You to the point where you just getting in. So you need some help. You need loads. And what leasing on offers you is the fact that those people have had their number more than 90 days. They probably got a customer base, or at least know how to get some freight. They know how to move a truck. More than likely, they've been going hopefully more than a year, so they know what they doing before they leash you on and trash your fucking world. But at the same time, well, most of these people, they won't tell you who they leased on to. They won't even let you see the number on the side of the truck, because what the video is breaking up. Okay, I hope it gets straight. But yeah, they won't tell you, you know what I'm saying, who they lease to. And they won't tell you what they getting charged for a percentage or nothing. They might say that's not y'all business. But if you telling me to follow you to the up and yonder, your phone, what's up with the live stuff, man? I don't know. YouTube going through some thing, y'all. But like I said, um, most times when the person leaves you on, like I say, it's in good faith. They want you to produce. They want you to actually help them make some money. You make some money. Everybody be happy. And most of the time, it's an agreed upon period of time, possibly 6 months, sometime a year. Some people want you to sign on with them for a year. Some people want you to do 6 months. Some folks say, you could just go whenever you need to. But that's an inexperienced person that own a company right there, because they just don't know you. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. What it sound like? Can I get a one in the comments if it sounds okay? And the video coming through okay? Okay, Mike, good. All right. But yeah, like I said, most people do it in good faith, so they want you to be there for a while, you know. And most time contracts are state 6 months, maybe a year. And one of the biggest things that hurts a guy that's leasing people on is inconsistency of the people that are being leased on. And I'm gonna say this from the side of the table of somebody that, like I said, that leaves people alone and got fucked and all that shit in the past, just doing that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with people you know. Can't hear a word. Hello? Mic check. One in the comments that we all right. Mic check, mic check. They can't hear a word. Mic check. Some people say I'm good. Okay, some folks, yeah, y'all. Some folks say I'm good, so they say I'm good. Okay, everybody saying they can hear me. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, but that's one of the most detrimental things that you can do to an MC number. That's one of the most detrimental things that you could do is lease a person on, add them to your company, take them out, lease somebody else on, add them to your company, take them out, lease another person on, add them to your company, take them out. Because every time you lease a person on, two things gotta happen. You gotta have a binding contract about the stipulations of them being a part of your company or being, you know, uh, um, how long you gonna be with them? And then you got another agreement that has to happen between the company that you leasing on to and the insurance company, because the insurance company has a third agreement that not only goes with you, but it also goes with the federal government. So what happens is when you start your authority by paying your down payment for your insurance, your MCS 90 and your MCS 150 gets faxed to Washington, D.C., may be emailed. This, upon them receiving it, they'll activate your authority. You good. You going. But in the MCS 90 coming from the insurance company and the MCS 150 in combination that comes from the FMCSA, there's a binding contract between, let's just say, Progressive and the federal government that whatever happens on the highway, with there ain't no within reason, whatever happens involving this person that's supposed to be covered for $1 million worth of liability and whatever on your cargo, whatever happens, regardless if you in the right or the wrong or whatever, long as you paid your insurance, Progressive is going to cover it. Now, take note that that is an agreement between Progressive and the federal government. That part of the agreement has absolutely zero to do with you. But the assurance of that agreement lets your authority be active. So that keeps you from having fly by night shit and the government not knowing who to blame. Okay? So if you follow me, that's one of the biggest things about getting your authority active, that agreement. So just like that really serious agreements going on between Progressive and the federal government, you also have an agreement going on with Progressive that you as a company and all the vehicles that are on that number, that you are legally in charge of the safety and well-being and fitness of drivers and equipment to operate on the highway. You're agreeing that you're going to do everything in your power to operate in compliance, and these people, being whatever the risk factor they are your responsibility. And as a result, the original quote that you got for one truck, and this is a big tidbit. If you call somebody and say, man, how much you charge on insurance to lease me on? and they truck is $1,200 a month, and they tell you $1,200 a month, more than likely they're wrong. More than likely they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because in order to add a truck on, you can do it, but it becomes progressively higher because the liability, the chance of something happening increases with more trucks, with more drivers, with more equipment, with more people. So they reevaluate your company as a risk. How much risk does it pose us to add him one more truck? What should we charge him for another year of doing toe piggling shit out here on the highway? How much you think that son bitch insurance will? My insurance was high. I'm talking about as a giraffe pussy. My insurance was so fucking high you wouldn't believe it. I'm talking about for real, for real. When I first bought the Peterbilt, my next insurance payment was $13,000 and I had three trucks at the time. I had three trucks on the number at the time. $13,700. Did I want to stay in the game? You damn right I paid them. I'm here. But at the same time, you gotta know that different classes of equipment. The fact that if it's paid for or not, you got lost payee. Now the vehicle ain't even worth what the vehicle worth. The vehicle worth whatever you borrow. So you got the $200,000 truck. If you had a jet went on and had 100 bands, or got the bank to give you 100 bands, and they just let you buy the truck for 100 bands instead of killing you with the $100,000 markup, get what? You'll be in a position where you can move instead of being stuck with your feet in concrete. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. But like I said, I digress. Now we have reevaluated your company as far as risk factor goes. Nationwide policy. You got your new driver. He ain't got no CDL. That's a strike. Running ELD, which is cool. But then you got a high shot, which not all companies want to accept as a new entity. Maybe they'll accept. You hear about people got a lot of other different high shot insurance companies. How many years they had insurance? Ain't but a few people start out with give new startups a chance to, because this is the big thing people don't understand. When I lease you on to my company, guess what? We get $1 million worth of coverage. We get $100,000 worth of cargo. Depending on what you haul, we might get a $2 million aggregate to go with it. When they reevaluate my company for that, and you're added on, and you go out there, and let's just say day one, you flip that truck and hit something. Don't nobody die. But you tear up some shit. You tear up the highway, you tear up somebody else shit, you tear up your truck, you tear up the trailer, everything. You went to the hospital, you ain't died, didn't nobody die, but you went to the hospital, everything was cool. Yeah, what? When I added you on my policy, they probably doubled or tripled my bill for the next month. But that piece of paper that went and got faxed with my MCS 90 with an addendum that says, hey man, this truck is now on this policy. Or the way it's the literature, the language of the original contract says this vehicle and therefore any others that are on this number. Now, Progressive is obligated to the federal government, not really you, but the federal government to clean up whatever you did. And whether they drop you or not, that's on the other side of that agreement. Y'all will hear about that later. But as of right now, Progressive obligated to fix whatever you fucked up. And you ain't even gave them a payment yet. So you can imagine that if they're on the hook for $1 million worth of liability and $100,000 worth of cargo, and they charge you $30,000 for a year of insurance on one truck, and you make it to day three, and you tear up everything, and they got to pay it. People wonder why you got to give them 35, 45, 55, $100 down for a down payment. Some people got to give them seven, eight, $9,000 for a down payment. You think about what I just said. You come out after giving me $5,500, flip a truck that I got to pay somebody for, a trailer for. And the odds of that happening ain't just that great, but Shit, pull a 53-foot wedge on a ball with some cars and go around the curve too fast and see on this shit become evident and real to you real fast. All I can tell you, this shit happen every single day. I'm talking about every single day something bad happens. If it ain't nothing but somebody backing into your truck at the truck stop and damn near totaling it out. You're in a hot shot, they're in a semi. They backing up at 78,000 pounds and it just so happen to roll into the side of your Dodge. You need a frame damn near. I'm talking they finna damn near twist the frame on your truck and they ain't even got their foot on the gas. This how easy this shit happens. So get what? When that person added you onto their number in good faith and Progressive was like, you sure you want to add this truck? You know you can't take it off and put it back on, but you can put it on, and you can take it off when you get ready, but they didn't tell you. If you take it off after we done reevaluated stuff, all this stuff costs money. Every day a roll of the dice. That's some real shit, Jackknife TV. That's some real shit. And you don't want a jackknife. And please don't be watching TV when you do jackknife. Yeah, going to jail. Go to jail. Yeah. But yeah, it's a real thing. And then you'll see people, like I say, you'll see people come on and feel like they should be respected because they done been out here a while. And then you'll see, oh man, I'm getting my own authority. And no one ever thinks about who's the guy that had them leased on there first when they wouldn't show us none of their numbers. Like when they wouldn't even show the side of their truck. I wonder who that guy was that had them leashed on in good faith, that really had faith in them when they told them, man, I drive anywhere. I pull anything. Don't know nothing about this shit. I will tie down whatever. I don't give a fuck. I will drive to Alaska. Hell yeah, I'll be here for a year, man. I just want to learn. I'm trying to do my best. You know how it is, man. Brother got to stick together, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, do my thing, baby. And 3 months later, you feel like you learned something and you like, oh man, this shit ain't that bad. And shit, man, really, I'm already paying insurance anyway. You just don't know. You got the benefit of him having multiple trucks on there and multiple years on there. You just didn't know that your shit would be sky high. You can't even take that for nothing but a grain of salt. And you really don't know how to move a truck. And you don't know how the back office work. So then after you quit and you get on your own and you rock for about 3 months and you figure out how the back office kind of work, you kind of figure out how to negotiate freight, you find out they're pulling oversized and over heavy and too big shit for $3-4 a mile is easy as pie because you ain't got to negotiate and you can still make a nice number to put up on YouTube. I did 11,000. I did 7,500 this week. You pull oversized shit and ran 3,000 miles. What is your fucking point? What is the point you trying to make? That you bad at this shit? But see, people that don't know no better, you go to work every day and make 30,000 in a year, and these folks talking about they made 30,000 in a month. And they're one of them things that throw people off so far in the ditch because you really damn near your cash in the 401k and all this shit. Buy the classes for the 500. Man, we gonna get the book. Man, we gonna get self-help tape. I'm tuning into the podcast. I'm gonna be a member on their channel. I'm gonna goddamn me subscribe to everything they doing. I'm finna buy some merch. Man, if he wants some fellatio, I'm gonna give him some fellatio because this how bad I want to do this shit. This man said 30,000 a month. Who I gotta give some fellatio to get these 30,000 a month? You ready to do whatever? I'm ready to do whatever. Shit. Well, I'm ready to do whatever. You hear about somebody with a damn pickup truck and a trailer made 30, 40,000 dollars last month. That man steady coming up here saying 10,000 a week, 10,000 a week, 10,000 a week. Man, I know he couldn't burn no more than 1,500 on these. Ain't no way. Ain't no. Hey. Carter said my mind don't work like that. But for real though. And when a lot of them, let flip the script on the female side then. Let go over there. When the shit don't be working out quite like it's supposed to, and it's even before COVID. You got your truck. You're trying to do the Freightliner Detroit 60 series thing like everybody else told you do. Took some good advice and got some truck and ride around and figure out that this goddamn diesel is so fucking high. These parts on this truck is Bamming me across my fucking head. I've got a concussion, these motherfuckers. Every time I buy an air filter, it's like $300. What the fuck? Nobody told me that it was gonna be like this to get this money. And one day, just not even thinking about it, just so happened to have, you know, some booty loose Daisy Dukes on, and just made a video. And that motherfucker got like 300,000 views. And they was like, oh shit, I gotta find out something to talk about. Cause really, this shit softcore porn. But if I can make something to talk about, most of these guys are rationalized watching this shit because I'm good at trucking. I got game on trucking. I'm out here trucking. And it really won't just be like they watching porn all the way. It'll be a little soft core. Then I bend over and grab some, every once in a while. And I have my moose knuckles out and my camel toe just all on parade. And now I got 80,000 subscribers. Like, damn. I'm talking about, I don't even watch these folk, but at the same time, it's some folk that watch them people. My nigga got that popcorn. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. It's some folk, get what? Get what? I can tell y'all right now, cause y'all some cool people. I fuck with y'all. Y'all cool. I begin away sandwich to the home and blase blase. That caterpillar could blow up, knock on wood. That caterpillar blow up tomorrow. And I come on here and say, man, first of all, my bad. I ain't mean to have y'all fucked up like this, but I need some money. Caterpillar blowed up. They said it's gonna take 27,000 to put it back together. I could buy one for 38,000 and do the loan block thing. I need y'all here. Now, undoubtedly, it'll probably be some super chat. Some folks probably hit me in the cash out, $40, $50, $100. Somebody might even be that generous enough to be like, man, that man bled me with $1 million worth of game. I'm gonna send him a rack. I'm gonna send him a band. Them folk went bought that motor and put man, them folk down there bought a motor and put it in certain people's trucks, man. Like, and there ain't no hate, but at the same time, just knowing I had my camel toe sitting there like that camel toe like that. The camel toe, if I had my camel toe on display, not only would I probably be in jail, I probably would be tracking. But I'm gonna say that if I had that moose knuckles, goddamn moose knuckles sitting out there on display, and that cleavage tied up real tight, I might have enough money to put a motor in that motherfucker and get some stacks on the side of that thing. Put some paint on that motherfucker and take a trip to like Dubai or Spain or somewhere on your head. Like that'd be the real kick in the teeth right there when motherfucker be big and then that thing, they all across the world. Shit be like that though. But get what? That's how it supposed to be. Cause this shit about marketing to a lot of folk. That's how they get their money. But don't let this shit never be misconstrued with trucking. Cause I'm trucking like I'm traveling. I'm gonna talk about top man. And I ain't talking about no female. I'm gonna put a bitch in her place. And I ain't talking about no female either. I'm gonna put a bitch in the play about this trucking shit. Cause one thing about it, I ain't out here playing with nobody future. See, that's the problem. Like our future too delicate. And everybody money don't go this way but one time. I'm just telling you this. Like the times that you get to do this over and the odds of being able to do this over is like 7%. And that's just from me being out here long enough to see this shit for myself. The odds of you being able to do this shit 2 times by yourself, not fuck your credit up, then fuck your wife credit up. Now I'm talking about do this shit by yourself. The the average person would never be able to financially recover and do this shit twice. And I got people I know for a fact and talk to them numbers of time, consider them good friends. If I run across them, I'm gonna buy something to eat, we gonna kick it, talk a little shit, we're gonna eat a steak. Get what? They ain't gave their money to these people. And they ain't getting no results out of this shit to the point where they ain't getting no results out of it. And then later on, you actually need that money. I just had a couple that came and did. Uh, the shadowing system, maybe 3 weeks ago. And one of the biggest things besides trucking, cause they young, and I like give a little life game out in this thing too. And if anybody in trucking in this thing, man, you can get up under here and say, man, sure is, or he ain't lying, give your testimony, whatever you want to do in the comment. But the average person that works a 9 to 5, or at the average entrepreneur that has a business that has a set pricing structure will never fully understand what it is to get these type of bills in the mail on a 30-day basis. The average individual will never know what it is to wake up and see your bank account fluctuate up and down 10, $15,000, 20, 30, $40,000, $50,000 in 72 hours. Like 72 hours. What happened? What'd you do? Who got robbed? What happened? No, influx and degress at 72 hours. Net 30 coming in, net 30 going out. Count receivable, count payable. Like the average person would never understand the fact that you just pulled up in a shop and it took them 7 hours to figure out what was wrong with your truck. And now they told you what's wrong with your truck. And you owe them $1,500 not to fix your truck, but because they told you what was wrong with your truck. Most people go to the dealership, that first hour diagnose about $150. They tell you what's wrong with it. Then they tell you some sweet shit like, if you let us fix it, we'll include that in the price. We'll take that off. That's right. And that's why I say, Jack Knight, that's one of the biggest things. Like you said, a lemonade stand, your lemonade $1 a cup. It costs you 20 cents to make it. You finna kill their ass. Every time you sell a cup, you make it 80 cents. It might cost you $100,000, maybe $200,000 with cash and credit to get something really feasible off the ground and looking like it's supposed to look and driving and doing everything it's supposed to be doing, back office straight like that. And then you come out here and say, hey man, I'd really, really, really like $2.25 on my hot shot, and broke dead in your eye across the phone line and tell you all the best we can do is the 85 cent. You can take it or fucking leave it, buddy. You can do. Take it, fucking leave it. Disrespect motherfuckers out here, boy. And see, that's the crazy thing about it because that when you get people on here that be sharing stuff that they don't know they sharing that's so bad on them. It look really bad. They be on here sharing stuff and on social media sharing conversation to air with brokers. Well, brokers be talking to them like, bitch, what gonna tell off on you? Time. What gonna tell off on you, big? Time. What gonna tell off all that cap shit you be talking? Time. What gonna show if you really about what you talking about? If you get up, really be on the ground all the time? Time. Time. Man, get what the broker look at. As soon as they run your MC number, time, reputation, business practice. If they got a good system, like cheap QL, I be running they freight. I don't be taking what they put up there, and I don't be running for what most people be running for. Because get what? 9 times out of 10, if I'm running they freight, they called me. I ain't called them. If I emailed them, I didn't ask them shit besides the fact, was the load still available? I told them what I'm gonna need to be at to do this load and the type of equipment that I have available. See, that one thing I teach people how to take control of stuff that you think ain't in your control, but I'm gonna say this to the end. The truck make the rate. Good brokers even know the truck make the rate. That's how they come to these numbers because you got trucks making fucked up rates because people don't have any type of charging model. And it ain't got nothing to do with by the mile. That's why I pride myself in knowing what a truck worth based upon what can be done by the individuals in it with the equipment available. It's real shit. It's cool shit too. Let's see. Let's see, Jack. Hurry up and buy said my partner Jack Cobb progressed today with a new business venture, truck 120. They quote him 21K a year. Are you listening? Told him he need to drop 10K down. Not a year. B. Not a year, but down. Yeah, my partner had tried. Well, they started one. They did the shit. Probably like height of COVID. Um, they told them it was gonna be 120 a year, and told them to send 10K down. Uh, Jack Knight, Jack Knight, hold on. Let me see. Let me see Jack Knight. Jack Knight, yeah. Jack Knight, you sound like you do this shit, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. You know what you talking about. Yep, that's where you made the money when the broker called you before he hit the low, boy. Yeah, yeah, like that stuff with GE. That was off email. I had got that in the email, and they were putting a shout out about the work and everything, and they hit me up about it. I got back with them and just deboed all the load they had. They had five, so they had five. I took five. They told me how many trucks I was gonna send. I said one. They're like, you sure? I was like, you told me I got to the 10th to do it, right? I only got two more to do. I did three of them already. Y'all think I'm gonna make it? That's why I'm contemplating really kind of like I might go to Vegas. I might go to Elko. I don't know. I ain't going to California, but I might go up there to Utah. Wow, I really don't want to go to Wyoming. I might go to Nevada. It don't sound made that. I'm gonna be about nine. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, yeah, progressive, they be on some more shit. But that's how it be with everybody. Like even with my first venture, let me get y'all in a type of mindset of what that happened since COVID and all that type of weird shit. Me and Coco Chanel, my down payment was 3,000 down. Mine was 3,200. But that was in the middle of 2018. It was actually a bad time to be in trucking, and it was kind of doing what it's doing now. Mine was 3 grand. That was back at 18. Bro said he owed the same. Then what she said, 2,200 a month clean record. Mine was 16, 1,600 with a clean record. It's pretty decent credit. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty decent credit. Yeah, out there like 1,600 a month. They would basically charge me, like $80 a day, or more or less, something like that. And now it's more like um 2,200 down, maybe like 1150, 1,200 a month. You know what I'm saying? After you slid through the game for a while, you done got a whole lot of people away from around you that, what I'm saying, just driving records alone wasn't just up to par, and then bad stuff kept happening while they was in the truck. So yeah, that all contributes to the fact that, what I'm saying, what they want is what they're gonna get. Now, this is the best tip I can give you. Remember I told you the first thing most people want to do is get their credit up so they can borrow some money. But I told you gotta leverage your liquid asset and your borrowing ability in tandem. So let's just run this down right quick. And I'm gonna do some bare minimum type shit. Watch this. Damn near 800. Well, all my melody. You ain't hear all my melody. All my melody probably got 8 something. Let's just say you all my melody. You really was on your shit. You got like an 8, like an 825. 825, right? All right. You go get the truck. You get basic truck. You ain't go get the crazy platinum this glass roof so it can catch a rock on a job site and then your ass ain't got no roof and all that. You want to ball out when you get some money. Don't ball out with the bank money trying to make a business. Be frugal. Be smart. Don't go get $150,000 truck and you don't know how you gonna make $150,000. Go get a truck that fit what you need to do and do that there, and then get your $150,000 ball in that truck. Once you figure out how to get some money, you can pay these people. But check this out: you get your quote. Don't call them to get your quote if you don't have VIN numbers. First of all, if you don't have VIN numbers, don't call them folk about no insurance. If you ain't got VIN, listen to me. If you don't have VIN numbers for the equipment, what the hell are we insuring? What does your quote really mean when you call them and I just want some commercial insurance. Trying to get my MC number activated. Well, sir, where's your truck? What you got? And then you get a quote and you have just muddied the waters. When you get your truck, you can just believe that the quote that they just gave you finna be amazing. This bitch finna be amazing. You just keep on calling back and worrying the hell out of them, and you ain't got no concrete stuff. They're gonna keep easing it on up. And when you finally get something to insure, you know it's gonna go up because you just bought $100,000 truck and you owe 130. So your credit wasn't that good. So what you do, what you do in this situation is you wait till you get your VIN numbers. You use your credit. Let's just say you got 20 grand. I'm gonna show y'all how to rock there with 20 grand and some really good credit and some options. Check this out. Check this out. And I guarantee you, we're gonna have some money left. I'm gonna show you how to start a whole company up right there. Now, we got a balance of maybe, let's just say we got $25,000 worth of cards, which is about normal what you will have when you first start a bid. You're not going to get $100,000 worth of credit. You probably get 5,000 on about 5 cards just to get you started. Probably get you a couple of secure cards and blase, get that started. And let's just say we got another 25,000 in a line of credit. And then we got 20 grand of our own money. So basically we got $70,000 to play with in theory. All right. We went down to the Dodge dealership. We ain't about it 2021, 2022, 2023. We know that shit gonna blow up. We know that CP4 did not get changed on all them trucks. I don't give a fuck what they said. It did. And the clearance on that variable geometry oil pump is not putting the pressure out it's supposed to put. And the gauge in the truck is a lie. It's based on the algorithm. It's not a real oil pressure gauge in that truck. Telling you that. Common guys, if you get you a monitor some real oil pressure. Fuck that light in their hand on their dashboard. That ain't right. People wonder why them rods coming out that motor. It ain't all about that pump. I mean, it ain't all about that CP4 phone. It's got a little bit to do with that oil pump. But anyway, you go down there, you try and make it a little light on yourself. Really good credit. Give them 2,500. Give them 2,500 down. Since your credit's so good, you know you got you about 45 days, but you know you got your insurance company right there in hand. You ready to call with this VIN number and ease on over here to the trailer place. What I would ask you to do first before you get that truck is to spec your whole setup out, know exactly what you're gonna get, find it online, go look at it, don't do nothing else. Go buy the trailer first. If you can buy the trailer cash, get it cash, especially use Facebook Marketplace, but get your trailer first. That's a piece of commercial equipment that's hard to finance, even with the best of credit sometimes, just because they know that that's almost an expendable bill. Like the first thing you're not gonna pay is not the truck note. The first thing you're not gonna pay is the trailer note because it's not that much, and you're gonna miss over. And they gotta find the trailer. Most time they ain't got no tracking device on the Hotshot trailer, so they gotta find the trailer. So that's gonna be harder to do. So when your credit is fresh, and you don't have all these inquiries and stuff on there, go get your balling ass trailer. I'm talking about like get the trailer that meant to do what you need to do with a little overkill. Get the best you can buy because resale is a motherfucker. Now you wonder why these dope boys got these 28s on these car, candy paint inside, panorama roof on that motherfucker, LS6 up on the hood. When shit go down and I need a lawyer, I bet they sell that box Chevy for $40,000. All that one. I bet that box Chevy gets sold on Box Chevy Group Live on Facebook for about 40 grand. Hey, they say nobody flatbed say you got a little rust on, but it'll work. No, don't buy that one in the thumbnail. Now, my boy Aunt Mal, he got a triple axle. It needed some beam work, but all the frame was really, really strong. So you know that's a case by case basis. It depends on your mechanical acumen, but at the same time, buy the best shit you can buy first off. Put as little down as possible as you can. I know you worry about the note being whatever it is, but get what? We're gonna supplement that in the end because it's gonna be a learning curve. You're gonna have to pay some of these notes out your pocket regardless if you're starting off by yourself. Because most people don't start off running like crazy. So you already just need to be prepared to spend some of your money. But we're gonna leverage our credit. Get the trailer first. If you're going CDL, don't get the 10K axles and the bare minimum and the 22G and this. Get you a trailer rated for 24, 25, 28, 30,000 pounds. Some shit that's gonna make money. Shit got heavy duty suspension at the least. Air ride at the most. And if you really finna do some real good CDL work and you finna get plated for 43, 44, 45, 46, 48,000 pounds, shit like that, 50,000 pounds, go on get you a 5,500, a 45, 5,500, really 5,500, something like that. Stop playing. Don't even play with that 3,500. You're gonna tear the rear end out that thing. It really ain't gonna do what you need to do. Get you something that's spec'd up, got the right spring package in the rear, so you won't be overweight on your drives. It boosts you up to some 17 fives. You can put them 16 plies on there and have a really good day and make you some money without being on the side of the road all day because you're overloading equipment that really ain't for that. Because just as sure as you buy the bare minimum, the first time you look at the load board, they're gonna have a load up there that is exactly the amount that you can carry. And believe me, when you pull up, it's not gonna be exactly the amount that you can carry. It's gonna be about 1,000 pounds heavier, and you're gonna have a fucking decision to make. And most of us being there, you're gonna put that extra 1,000 pounds in the truck and get it on through there. But is that safe? Is that wise? Is that something that's gonna help your trailer and truck last longer? Mm-mm. Will it help pay bills? Yeah. Will it make you have some more bills? Yeah, it will. Put your ass in the shop. Brakes and gear way better on the 45, 5,500. Yes, sir. You got bigger brakes, you got bigger gears, you got bigger steering components, you got larger drive shaft, ring and pinion sizes, gear options, and everything when you move on up into that real mid-range towing type situation. That's a good comment. I like that, bro. Gearhead. You're a real gearhead. Jackknife. School up on that 53-foot roll up though game, baby. Yes, sir. Mick Coco Chanel, you showed them 15, them 16 ply. That's facts, bro. That's facts. Them 16 ply stand up like a soldier when you spin that trailer. Boy, them 10 ply laying over like spaghetti up under there. Boy, you be really scared them thing gonna come out the rim. Exactly. Exactly. Jackknife. Yeah, that's right. That's a work truck, not a show truck. That was kind of like with me with the 2,500. I had got into my second truck I owned. I had leased on three more, really four, but I had to get rid of two of them. Leased on three more, and then I had eased on, got the semi, went and got my license, transitioned to that. Right in the middle of the transition between the second first and the second semi, they stole my truck with the Forgiatos on it. But by that time, I was on some more shit. I was on some kingpin in the hood type shit going on for real, for real. Like I ain't had my ass on what nobody was talking about at that moment in time. Boy, them folk brought my ass back to reality in San Antonio when they eased out with that truck. Boy, I came back outside like, I know damn well. Oh, wait a minute, baby. Baby. Didn't we part right? I know we part right here. We part right here, right? Maybe it's the other side of the hotel. Let's walk around on the other side because I think I parked right here, but I think I parked right here, man. Let's go around the hotel and look at it one more time. That walk, boy, I was in denial. I was like fourth time around the hotel. Like I know damn well. I know good goddamn well. Uh, I went live. I was like, how the fuck I'm gonna get home? I got my wife with me. How the fuck we gonna get home? Why when they stole that truck there? Why they stole that truck? Put a Harley Davidson that was parked put two spots down from me on the back of my truck, then ran through the fence at the rental yard and hooked up to a bumper pull, which I don't even have a bumper ball on my truck. They brought their own ball and hooked up to a bumper pull trailer with a bobcat and stole my truck with the Harley Davidson on the back, a brand new trailer, and a brand new bobcat at the same time. Running that bitch down the highway with no speed limit on the truck. The truck was running like 500 and something to the tire. It was tuned for 600, but it was real 500 something horsepower to the tire, about 1180 to the tire, about 1,300 at the flywheel. That truck was a motherfucker. I was real mad about that. But then I like, man, look at this. I ain't finna get paid today, but I'm gonna get paid. And I came up here to buy a semi. My wife didn't get hurt. We lost a lot of shit, but it gonna be alright. I'm gonna get a check. I just came to buy another semi right now. Maybe I can use the other check to buy another semi. What happened? Got that check, put that money up, drove, grind a little bit, bought that Peterbilt. Should be happening for a reason, but this shit so unpredictable. You can't tell me like nothing about no trucking. That's why I be like, man, people be like, just click this and you're gonna be good. If you click this, you follow these 10 easy steps. Look, look, look. In order from 1 to 10, just follow these 10 easy steps. And I guarantee, I 100% guarantee, click and boom. I 100% guarantee that you'll be the next Hotshot legend. It's only $500. And then as soon as you get your MC started, people start calling your phone and they want $500 to set your stuff up. Then people call your phone and be like, man, I can get you some real low insurance rates and I'm an insurance broker. I charge $500. Then you got somebody over here saying, hey man, if you come over here and join our club, it's only $29 a month. We can get you some deals on tires, which end up being another $500 yearly. And hey, oh, you know it, you done gave away $5,000 and ain't pull your first load. This shit real. Like you gave away 5 grand. You got some PDFs and some people that promising some shit and nothing. Would you look at this? Hey, what? Hey, help, Carter. Hey, guys. For a low price of $19.99. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? If you put this on the hubcaps of your trailers, look at this. Look at the engineering. Look at the threads. Look at, hey, would you look at this? Guaranteed no seal leaks. These are only $149.95, and you take 4 of them, put them on your trailer. I guarantee you're never on the side of the road. This come from the Hotshot Haven. Would you look at this? Look at this. Look at it. And this type of shit they doing. Coco said they took her out and they called it cussing you out, baby. Why they do you like that? Yeah, but like I said, consistency. I take 8. Hey, because 8 of them. 8 of these. I breast say take 8 of them. And that's trucking. That's trucking. We got this stuff right here, man. Hey, you pour this in your line. Pour this in your line on your air brakes. You ain't gotta worry about them freezing up. Or you could drain your tank every so often, especially before you go way up there. Put you some treatment in there and have a better day than getting up there and buying this for $89. They call $89, man. I'll pour this in your airline, unfreeze your shit, and let you have a very merry day. And then you be like, for real, for $89, that's all they call. No, draining your tank is fucking free. Y'all just drain the damn water out the tank once a week at least. And when you finna go somewhere crazy cold, act like it. Take you some blankets, take you some clothes, take you some food. Don't let the truck run less than a quarter tank. When it get to a quarter tank, go get some damn gas. Stop acting like you buy the house somewhere. You ain't buy the house. You ain't buy the house. And it crazy. You following people on their journey and shit on YouTube, and you be wondering why their journey be so crazy. So many mishaps be happening, and they never can explain why it happened. I can tell you everything that happened and why it happened to me, cause I'm an intensive type person. I'm aware. I'm self-aware. I'm aware of my surroundings. That's why I thank God so much about that rim situation with them cracks in their rims. If you ain't seen that video, go back and look. The title of that video is "Pre-Trip and Pray." This shit could have really killed me. And that's a real statement. That could have really been the end of the Hotshot Haven. That's 75 miles an hour, what was going to happen would have been fatal, more than likely. Fuck that truck. That shit would have been fatal. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like not only your mental and physical out here, but your financial is going to be one of those things that's worth safeguarding. Um, there's a lot of people gonna tell you a lot of stuff about money that can be made. There's a whole lot of people gonna tell you that they made money a certain way. I just want people to understand that time is the great equalizer, and you can tell me you made money a certain way. My next question gonna be like, how long did you do that? Because I know business, like all kind of business. I know business. I know business is a up and down type of thing. So if you tell me I know how to make money. This is how you make money. And this is the solution to you not making money right now. You can make money if you do this. And you've been doing this for about a year, maybe 2 years, maybe even three. My next question gonna be, well, how you get to that conclusion? What made you come to that conclusion? Basically, why you wasn't making no money to begin with? Why you had to take that detour? What happened? And if you honest, a lot of people will tell you, man, I was fucking up. I was doing this. I had this problem going on in the business, which is normal. That's normal. Shit happens. But what ain't normal is every time something happens, you can't tuck tail run and just say, I'm not doing this anymore with those type of bills that you're gonna be making sit right there. So what people get end up being relegated to doing is actually being in trucking and working check to check, being in trucking and taking their authority, canceling their authority, leasing on with other people to keep bills going. But now you're not in control of pretty much anything. And I don't care what the person you leased on. They could be your best friend, told you can run any load you want to run, any way you want to run, do anything you want to do. But I do know this. If you fuck up his safety score, he gonna fire your ass. If you keep unplugging that e-log and he can see you doing it and he know one thing, this shit ain't making me no more money than what he making when he had it plugged up, and he keep unplugging, he gonna fire your ass. I know you can cross in from America into Canada without clarification or verification or authorization, and without a COVID test that's saying you passed, and your ass ain't gonna get back in America. And the truck on hit number gonna be stuck over there, and you will too. Like all that shit mean that you ain't in the role to really make the decisions that have to be made. Like if you don't want to work no more, you just pay the bills that you gotta pay, and you don't work no more. You find another way to make the money. But when you leased on and you work with stuff like this, and you don't want to work anymore, get what? It's some obligations you got to that person's company, progressor, whoever the insurance person is, and your bank in general. So you're gonna have to figure something out real fast. And most people plot that shit for months at a time. They'll lay up on the guy on their number and get game and shit, and then scotch off on them after they saved up money, probably around renewal time when it's time to pay. Cause like even when you leased on, you got to have your part of the renewal together. Unless we getting it took out every week and put in the escrow, which I do that on some of the guys. I take out a little extra for the last 2 months of the policy just to get them ready where they ain't got to come up with no money all at once. And then you got some people that stubborn, don't want to put it in. But then I learned it too. Either you gonna like, especially if you leasing on, know this shit now. If a person gonna come on your company, they gotta do shit the way your company do it. If they don't need to be in your company at all. Like, and that's the whole thing about it. Like I said, once you lease on, you lose that level of control. You got to do what they do over there. If they get paid on Wednesday, your ass now gets paid on Wednesday. I don't give a fuck what you think you get paid on. If everybody money come in and they get their money already deposited on Wednesday at this particular company, goddamn it, that's your new payday. I don't give a damn. You do run low every day and drop it off and want your money and wish you could have it. Get you a company so you can factor your shit and get your money the next day. Then stop pressing the easy button. That's a level of control that you have when you taking on responsibilities. A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That one of the things, like I say, it's different. Yeah, you can make $15,000 in a month, and if you giving away 30%, get what? 450. I mean 4,500. That's 4,500. If you make 15,000 and somebody charge you 30% to be on the number, whether it includes insurance or not, you're 4,500 short. You at 10.5 instead of 15. That's why you hear some people be like, I just got my own authority, y'all. I broke out on my own. Well, damn, I thought you were your own boss already. Who you working for? They don't never tell you. How much they would charge you? They don't never tell you. What was the circumstance of you really leaving? They ain't gonna never tell you. They be like, that ain't your business. I know it ain't. Riding bastard. You're a riding bastard. But at the same time, this has been a long live. I'm finna go kick it with my wife for a minute. Man. Oh, I'm excited too today, man. I came home after getting that second load of the match, got parked up and went. I'm broke. I'm broke, old broke dude. I be putting stuff at layaway. I went and got a layaway out at the gun store. Boy, I know they gonna demonetize this video, so I can't show y'all right now. I just put up a new I put up a post in the community. If you stayed this long, check out the community when we get through. Put a post of that. Very nice handgun. Very nice handgun. So I'm finna do some work on this thing. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I appreciate y'all being here this long. If you would, throw me a like, comment, subscribe. I do 1 hour consultation. Uh, $ JBUTLER 357 on Cash App. $ JBUTLER 357. Leave your number in the memo section. Leave your phone number in the memo section. When you see me give you a thumbs up, you know it's your turn. I will call you. My call gonna be blocked. It's gonna say no call ID, but that's gonna be me. If I need to, I leave a message, no problem. And once we get into communication, we can establish the best schedule for you. If that's not the best time, if it is, we can proceed. If it's not, I call you back later. But it's one of these things where I take time to do that every day. Y'all see I be ripping and running. I even work on Saturdays. The mom will get up, might do some more sandwiches. We did some last Sunday. I appreciate everybody that contributed to the food for the homeless. And we do that every month. Every month. Sometimes twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month. But we ain't gonna let a month go by and not do that for the people that less fortunate. And shit, people hungry in general. If you outside, you hungry, you get a sandwich from me. It just is what it is. I just rock like that. God been good to all of us. We really can't open our mouth to complain with the way shit be going. And why I just be trying to come and do videos to help people be more aware of what's around them and the pitfalls of the things that are around them when it comes down to transportation and trucking. One of the biggest plots that's going on right now in trucking, I don't know if you know this, is to get rid of people like me and you. I'm talking about like this ain't about no race, this ain't about to get rid of people that are actually independent and actually make their own money, can account for their own taxes, their own expenses, and live the way they supposed to live and not be a part of the machine, which is the mega carrier and things like that. I ain't speaking down on it. I always say the well-paid driver have one of the best seats in the house. If you're a well-paid driver, you get to go home without no cares in the world, get your check, your 401k. You got the best seat in the house. But for people that they tricking to come off these authorities, to come over and lease on with incentives and what I'm saying, money talk. If you tell me you can drop my overhead by 25%, which is gonna up my profit by 25%, and you can move my truck more efficiently, which is gonna turn them 25 into 35%, why not? I'm not arguing with that. But at the end of the day, there are some benefits that outweigh the sacrifice when it comes down to ownership, having some, keeping some, and knowing how to maintain some. That's something you really can't buy. That's what you call respect. That's what you call respect. See, they might not respect it, but one thing about it, the bank respect it, your family respect it, your bank account respect it, your pocket respect it, the shit you buy respect it, your lifestyle respect it. Because get what? The amount of effort is directly correlated with the amount of money. Once you get to the point where you got other people in control, You can put in much effort as you want to in. If you are not outside or inside of the pay scale of which that profession has for you, you just ain't gonna get no more. You can go. I've had plenty of jobs. You go work as hard as you want to hard. You can work harder than anybody else out there on that job site, and get what the amount of hour pay what they pay for the time you were there. You can kill yourself, break your back if you want to. You ain't gonna get now another extra dime. You can run hard as you want to run. And they put you in that lease purchase truck. And get what they taking out $1,200 a week for that lease purchase plus $300 on the insurance and $25, $30 for a trailer. Or they tell you they give you the trailer and all that there, and then you at 30 some percent. You at 30 some percent of what the fuck they tell you. Cause most of these brokerages are running mega carriers. Mega carriers are running mega brokerages to the point where they still doing you the same way they would. Man, hold up. Let me get up out here before I fuck around and it be something. Cause I'm gonna fuck around and start making sense in a minute, ain't it? I can do all that stuff they doing right there and get what? Behind the have some stellar credit. Or you can do all that shit they want you to do and get what? The lenders don't even know you exist. And soon as you default, they fuck your credit up about a loan you never took out. Didn't nobody even know nothing about that situation but you and them. Finance company didn't know, the dealership don't know your name. But they sure gonna burn you if you fuck up. Way the cookie crumble. Everybody wanna earn something, but don't nobody wanna suffer. Everybody want to end up with something out there. Hey, just give me 2 years and I keep doing it like this, and in 2 years it'll be paid for. But don't nobody want to suffer to get it. Everybody want to follow the plan. When you were going to work every day, when I was going to work every day, the reason we weren't making what we supposed to make, cause get what? Part of our salary go into the job security, the payroll that they paying, the systems they got in place to keep up with the taxes, the people in the HR department, the supervisor, the line supervisor, the corporate supervisor, the regional supervisor. Get what? All them folks getting a piece of your check, and you the only one putting your hands on something. Welcome to trucking. Y'all have a good night, man. Be blessed.